Hello, I'm Chris. I'm on my balcony in Sydney, and I just want to talk about this Urban Composter System. So I've used it for a couple of months now. I've kind of had one cycle through. It's a Bokashi system. Before and after you put your food scraps in, you spray this microbe spray concoction, and that feeds the process. What I've done is I've done it one cycle, and that cycle has been surprisingly effective. I've learned some lessons, but I was really surprised with how effective it was. So what I did is I put it in the thing as instructed. I'll talk about that in a second. And then after a few weeks, I put it into a pot in dirt. I put some potting mix in. I put in the fermented Bokashi food scraps and potting mix on top, and then left it for quite a few weeks. It was interesting because it continued to produce the Bokashi tea in the tray of the pot, and I thought that basically inside my pot it was just getting a fermented, decaying mess. Eventually I started to dig through and I thought I'd check it out and either discard it or use the potting mix, and I found that it actually had broken down into a really amazing mix. Going through the lessons I learned initially, that chopping up things to small pieces is actually really important, because the big things that stuck out were avocado skins, mango skins, this kind of thing, and they didn't break down as easily. But if you have a look here, there's very little in the way of food scraps, and this is just after, say, a couple of months, and it's been in a pot on my balcony. It hasn't had any worms inside to help the process. Okay, so what is the process? So basically there's this bin here, and I got the smallest of the options. There are two sizes, and you want to open this lid for as little time as possible to make sure not a lot of air goes into it. I've got this here. Open up the lid, and you can see I've got some food scraps in there already. So the process is I get some of this compost accelerator. I spray that in. It's supposed to cover the area, the whole layer, and then get some food scraps from my recent barbecue and just scoop that in there. Squash it all down. There you go. And then spray it again. And then close it up and seal it tight. I went and splurged and bought the Urban Composter compactor, but as you can see, it's basically just a potato masher. I guess I'm a sucker for merchandise. There is a tap here. It develops a Bokashi tea. Okay, so this tea you can drain out, and you should drain it out every couple of days once the process starts, and then you can use that as liquid fertilizer in your garden, and I found that's quite interesting. Once it fills up, you've got to leave it for 2 weeks. Okay, so you just leave it sitting there for 2 weeks, apparently. This is the instructions I've been told. So that's why I have 2 buckets. I've got this one here, which I'm actively filling with food scraps, and this one here is full. And because of my mistakes with the first round, with this one I definitely chopped it up into smaller pieces, but I also put on a note here to remind me of when the 2 weeks is up. Okay, so on the 18th of December, I need to leave this here until the 8th of December, and then I'm going to put it in a bucket with potting mix, okay, and then give it a few more weeks to do its magic with that, and I'll see how it goes.